Neofetch is one of those command line utility tools to fetch information within a few seconds. It is also a cross-platform, open source, and it displays everything ranging from the system's uptime to the Linux kernel version, as well as some guide that will explain the different technical aspects of your Linux machine. So, are there any alternatives to Neofetch? I'm just only going to state three of the alternatives that we can use instead of having to use Neofetch. But I'm also going to define to you guys what is Neofetch and at the same time how to use Neofetch. Okay, so I've already pre-installed Neofetch and the following screen fetch and Linux logos. I'm only going to discuss three system information tools that I have currently installed on my Linux Mint. So let me first try to highlight what is Neofetch. So basically, the main purpose of Neofetch is to be used to display the system a system overview as well as the different technical aspects of your operating system, as what I've said. So in order for us to open Neofetch, the very first thing that we need to, everything actually runs on the terminal. So it's going to open a terminal, then it's going to type Neofetch. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so we have here currently I'm running an operating system of Linux Mint 20.2. So as you've noticed, I haven't upgraded this particular OS yet with the host VirtualBox 1.2, kernel uptime, how many minutes this machine has already been up and running, packages, and so on. So these are the different technical aspects that is displayed if I were to issue the command neofetch. The other one is screen fetch. So screen fetch basically is another alternative to, or is an alternative to neofetch, which is written only in 6,500 lines of code. It also automatically detects the distribution and displays the kernel, uptime, number of packages installed, as well as the shell we're currently using or I'm currently using, and the overall and available disk space, CPU, GPU, and memory. Just to name a few. So if this one, by the way, currently is Neofetch, so this one actually is my screen fetch. Okay. Again, so this is screen fetch. So as you've noticed, this one, um, I issued the command screen fetch. For this one, I issued the command Neofetch. So notice by the way the difference when it comes to the display of the logo, as well as some of the technical aspect of the information displayed. So um, in Neofetch, the code name is actually not displayed, unlike this one, which is the code name UMA is displayed. Also, we have the uptime, resolution. This one, okay, you also have here resolution cinnamon, the desktop environment. This one is Matter as well as Muffin. Font Ubuntu 10. Let's try to see if we can find font here. So there's no font here available. Icon theme, you have your icons and theme also. Disk, so this one doesn't contain disk. Okay, so currently I have here 7.9 gig out of 30 gig disk space. CPU Intel iCore i5 3rd gen. Also we have it here displayed. As well as the GPU and the RAM or the memory. Now the third system information that I'll be showing you guys is a Linux logo. Okay, let me just try to open again another terminal. Let's try to type Linux logo. Okay, so this one has a very minimal feel to it. So Linux logo is a simple tool to display Linux distribution logo and Linux version on your terminal screen. Okay, now it shows less information as compared to ScreenFetch and Neofetch. It shows the Linux distro logo and its name on a terminal. So it has a very minimal information displayed. As you've noticed, uh, instead of having Linux Mint, for its logo, we only have it here Ubuntu. Okay, so it didn't actually display the Linux Mint logo, unlike in Neofetch as well as ScreenFetch. We only have here Ubuntu. So we also have the Linux version uh, when it was compiled, okay, as well as the processor. So it has a very minimal information displayed. Now, one of the things actually that I've read about Neofetch is that they some articles would often find it that it's quite heavy and they would rather suggest screen fetch. But in my case, I would rather use a Neofetch because of the different information that is given to me. Again, this is a case-to-case basis on whatever information you wanted to be displayed on your terminal or on your system information. So let's say, for example, you want to have a minimal display of information, then you can actually use Linux logo. But if you wanted to have a little bit more comprehensive, a little bit more in-depth information when it comes to the system, when it comes to the one being displayed to you, then I would suggest you try to use either Neofetch or ScreenFetch. So screen fetch is a lot lighter and a lot faster when it comes to its reaction time as well as its loading time compared to Neofetch. But again, it depends upon you on what uh, system information uh, you wanted to be displayed or you wanted to see. If you find the contents of this blog useful or interesting, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. And if you wanted to be notified every time a new video is uploaded, don't forget to hit the bell notification button. Thanks.